Hey man, welcome back to Man Time. Today's episode, I've got some chainsaw maintenance to do. I'm going to be filing, and I'm going to be using the Stihl 2-in-1. I've had this for a long time. If you're wondering why your Stihl 2-in-1 isn't sharpening like it should, stick around. Welcome to Man Time. Anyways, the Stihl 2-in-1. I've been using this thing pretty much primarily for the last, I don't know, several years. So much so that the rails are actually starting to wear down, and I'm on, I think, my third set of files, and the frame had actually started kind of wearing out. So what was happening was, even after I replaced the files, and I had to have those special ordered because they're kind of a weird size. It's like 13/64, or so. It's a metric size that they call out for here. 5.2 millimeter. So a 5.2, yeah, 5.2 millimeter. These wasps are just going to ruin my day. Anyways, I actually had kind of wore out the frame because what was happening was, as I was stroking this through there, the files were rotating in the frame, right? So what I ended up doing is putting some electrical tape on the fat end of both of my files. So a little touch of electrical tape around there, and just a little strip hanging over the end, and then putting them in there. That was what finally... Alright, I am under attack. That's going to happen a few times. Alright, so just a little strip of electrical tape right over the end of that file, and now they are secure in there, and that's what you want. You don't want them rotating inside of this frame. So I've got a new set of files on here. I have made it so they aren't rotating in the frame, and let's do a couple teeth here and see how they turn out. We'll get in real close. Yeah, I don't buy into to anybody's hype. If I find something that works and it's easy to use, that is what I am going to do every time. So let's see how we're doing here. You can see here, unlike this tooth, there is a slight amount of a weird angle there, and what I like to do is hold it like the chain and the bar with my thumb, and then what I'm doing is lining up. There's lines on these bars here, and I'll line those up, and they don't exactly line up like with the end here. It's pretty close though. Yeah, this thing was hurting. And that's all it takes with this 2-in-1. It is nice and deadly sharp again, right there. Yeah. All right, and then on this other side here, what I've found that I like to do is actually use, instead of using my thumb to hold the bar, like on the other side, I like to use my right hand, to hold the thing, and then I use my left hand to kind of push. See here. My left hand to kind of push into the tooth like that. And deadly sharp, and there we go. Alright, well, I'm going to do the rest of them here. Get me a Sharpie marker, mark those. Yeah, once you get the hang of this, it is pretty darn quick. And I mean, that is all you need. Yeah, this one, the tooth is, the very front edge of the tooth is knocked off, so this one is going to take a little bit more, not much. Yeah, cleaned it up and took down the raker, or the depth gauge, at the same time. Yeah, it was just a rough day out in the field today. Well, wondering if your file is working. I don't know if you can see there, but this is all metal dust, essentially. Little metal chips, pieces of the teeth that we sharpened right down here. And you can see there, we are perfectly aligned, you know, with the line on the tooth, just using that tool and using it in the way that it was intended. You know, I'm not the type of guy that's gonna go with the trend. Yeah, if you've got a steel chainsaw, you had better have a good air compressor, because this is just completely filled up with sawdust. Yeah. The old close your eyes and blow. But what I'm concerned about is in here. Oh, hello. Okay. See, I removed the little deal inside of there, and now I don't have any sawdust in behind the air filter. So, well, and I greased it, right? So I've got a layer of grease going around inside of here. And there, again, what I was talking about, both of these saws were running rich. It was blowing back and into the air filter there. So when I first fired it up, it was having some trouble staying running, and there again, it was too rich on the low jet, and I ended up having to turn it into about 1 turn for this more humid kind of spring weather. So, but that looks great. I'm going to blow this out, and we should be good to go for another day. I'm taking the advice of, you know, the people that have commented there, and just removed that baffle, and it seems to do just fine. There is actually a hard stop. What I'm concerned about, or what I was concerned about, is the hard stop that was given me. But it actually seems like it's working better now. Grease and removing that. There is still a hard stop in this casting here, so I'm not worried about this collapsing or anything. And actually now it's holding it, you know, closer, more secure to this deflector plate here, or whatever that is. So, good deal. Yeah, just one of those days today. Yeah, I can't figure it out. Last time, you know, it was doing the same thing last time. I did figure out why it was bogging down after it came off of, you know, a big cut like that. But yeah, it's not getting enough fuel on the high side again. And I looked in the gas tank, right? And I looked in the gas tank. It's clean. I mean, it's clean in there. The fuel filter is clean. I am using those knockoff old school designed felt filters, and what I saw in the carb wasn't like felt. It wasn't anything that I suspected, you know, was coming off of the filter, like I had said in that last video. But anyways, if you missed that, well, it might have been video before last one or something. I dug in here and got the carb off of there. I'm going to take the whole thing apart, blow out all the orifices, which I should have done last time. You know, sometimes you think you found the problem, and you did, but there's actually more problems than just the obvious one. So that's what I'm going to do here. But yeah, overall, struggle. Be prepared for struggle and failure. And get out there and have you some man time too.